Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to all. Uh, so today topic of discussions is chapter number 6, which is about the ethics of consumer productions and the marketing. So here are the content of the chapters, and these are the recommended books. So first topic, consumer productions. What is a consumer production? The issue of the people being injured when using the things which they purchase, or which we purchase if we got injured. Are they protected? We are protected. Who is responsible for ensuring the goods product in the market for injuries? If we use any product and got injured, who is responsible? We, the consumer, or the provider, the company? Some principle of theory to answer these questions are market approach, contract theory, due care theory, and social cost view. These are the ethical theories we will cover in our today chapters. So market approach to consumer protections. Safety is a commodity that should not be mandated by government. Okay, safety should instead be provided through the market. Okay, and that's the second point. Third point, in the market, sellers will provide safety if consumer demand it. I mean, the seller, the provider, the company. In the market, the price of safety and the amount sellers provide will be determined by the cost of providing it and the value consumer place on it. Yes, of course, they will add as well. So government intervention in the consumer markets makes them unfair, inefficient, and coercive. This is another thing. If government interventions into consumer markets make them unfair, inefficient, and coercive. Okay, let's discuss these points in simple meaning one by one. Problem with the market approach. Assume markets are perfectly competitive, but they are not, because why? Perfectly competitive, okay, or naturally competitive, but they are not. Why? Buyer do not have adequate information. When products are complex, information is costly and hard to find. Some monopoly, they don't tell about the product safety, the process, anything lab. This is the main purpose of this point. Buyer are often not know about product risk or probabilities and are often inconsistent. Maybe they are buyer or consumer also not rational about risk. Can be how much have a risk. Even these mobiles. Do you know even this mobile? How many risk we have? Did we care ever? Did we care ever? No. Battery can be blast. Even other things, even the signals damaging our hearing ability, even impacting on our daily health, genes, even our brain. Many risks are associated, even minimum, not visible or very clear, or maximum risk, or instant risk. Instant risk from these products. But we believe on the company, they make sure the safeties, but long-term disadvantage, long-term risk, we have it, by the way. But we believe and we don't take seriously about things, right? Many consumer markets are monopolies or oligopolies. We just go to buy that one. Monopolies and oligopolies, we already discussed. Monopolies are the single or maybe the few companies, only maybe mostly the single company, the big company. Okay, only no many other options. They are selling like earlier we discussed about TMB in Malaysia, right? Oligopolies, few companies work together or have a joint venture or have an agreement with each other, and they fix the prices of the product, right? Contract view of the business firm duties to the customer. Let's see this one. The view that a relationship between a business firm and its customer is essentially a contractual relationship. Yes, okay. Buyer and the seller and the buyer. That relationships called contractual relationships. And the firm's moral duty to the customer are those created by these contractual relationships. The firm being responsibility that they are the one they created, by the way. How? Moral duty to consumer under contractual theory, duty to comply with express or implied claims of reliability, service life, maintainability, and the safety of the product. These all belong to the products which they are selling, and they promising, even like see this mobile they are selling to the customer, this is reliable, it's a good service for, I mean, facility providing for the life. Okay, maintainability also, and the safety concern also will be no damage, no blast of the battery, any other things. Duty of disclosure also, duty not to misrepresented also, duty not to coercive also. Uh, Basically, let's say duty of disclosure in simple meaning, I should explain you. Suppose, okay, even the cellular company like Hotlink, we are using Hotlink, suppose. Okay, the Hotlink must disclose the information, the packages, the amount, the hidden charges, okay, network coverage, everything they should disclose about the product. This is the duty of disclosure. Duty not to misrepresent, they should not provide the wrong or misinformations. So most of companies, they mislead. They should not mislead. This is the duty not to misrepresent. And duty not to coerce pressurize, should not use market tactics, should be the fair. Okay, if anything is you want to achieve, but don't put pressures, don't different negative tactics, use tactics. Tactics also can be the positive or can be the negative, by the way. Problem is the contractual theory, by the way. Basically, we are discussing now contractual theory. Of course, don't be confused. Assume makers of the products deal directly with the consumer, but they do not. Assume. Maker of products mean companies who they are making the products deal directly with the consumer. Actually, not. I don't know who make this mobile. We know the brand, okay, Vivo, Samsung, Apple, anything. But they didn't sell us directly. We buy from the distributor or maybe the sub mediator. Anyway, manufacturer advertisement do form a kind of direct promises to the consumer. But in actually not, right? They claim they are directly contact with us. Yeah, they contact with the, okay, suppose we buy from Alostar, from one of the shopkeepers, right? And if anything happened and we went to that shopkeeper only, and that shopkeeper referred to any other service centers, okay, who providing after sale services, and that one then contact with the main manufacturers. So this is the way it works. It's not meaning directly we can contact with the company to solve this issue, right? Sellers can remove all their duties to buyer by getting them to agree to disclaimers of responsibility. Okay. Assumes consumer and the seller meets as equals, but seller has more knowledge, so consumer must rely on the sellers. They know more than us, is of course. But in the second point, like a sellers can remove all their duties to buyers. This is the open question for you all also to agree to these claims of the responsibility. Now the second theory, due care theory of the firm's duty to the customers. Okay, let's see. The view that because manufacturers are in a more advantaged position and consumer must rely on them. Yes, we must rely on them. They have a duty to take special care to ensure that the consumer interests are not harmed by the products that they offer them. Very simple due care theory, right? The solely main responsibility is coming from the manufacturer, I mean the sellers, the producer of the products, right? And they must take care of the consumer. Consumer should not be harmed. And in terms of maybe they give us defective products or maybe they're charging more money. Manufacturer duties and due care theory. In designing product, research its risk in condition of use. Okay, research. Condition of use, okay, number one. Design, number two. So risk are minimized. Should be the good design. I mean, the dynamic design. The design sometimes also create hazards, Take capacities of user into the account as well. Okay, so about the design, I want to know if I have the sharp edges here, maybe it looks attractive for them, but it's very harmful or damaging for the consumer. Might be fall, or maybe fall on their feet, or maybe can injure their hands, right? So design is very important in designing product. Okay, so this is I'm just talking about the design. Now in the productions process, let's see, use strict quality, eliminate defects. Yeah, should not be the defect or maybe the negligency. Yes, should be the tight mechanism, and also have the pre-testing or post-testing after the productions. Yeah, mostly the post-testing. Of course, they can say quality checks. Ensures material and manufacturing do not add defects or risk. And other questions I just ask you. The Toyota, everybody know about the Toyota is a very famous company, right? Few years ago, their new cars found defect in their brakes, and they call back the all provided or deliver items, the cars, and they accept their fault. Okay, their negligency that's happened in the material of the brakes, of course, is their responsibility. They call back, they get back the all sold items, and they fix free of cost. And also, if somebody got injured due to that fault, they also paid money to that customer as a compensation, Ensures material manufacturing do not add defects or materials. Just now I discussed, I given you the example. I gave you an example of Toyota, right? In marketing, provide user with information about assigning products safely. They put instructions, right? Warn of all dangers. Do not market to those unable to avoid it. Do not market if that one have a risk or cannot avoid the risk. But in simple meaning of these things, when you are advertised, when you sell the product to the customer, must give or must tell about the possible danger risks. Understand? And the care also as well. Problem is the due care theory does not limit what producer must spend to eliminate risk. Yeah, they not tell about okay how or what method they are using to minimize the risk. Does not indicate who should pay for the product injury that cannot be foreseen. Yeah, even they okay, like just now early I give you the Toyota example, right? They had a brake issues, even the company didn't expect, and customer also not expect, and also it's come. How? Or unforeseeable, but it's come. Then how? Who is responsible? Yeah, they didn't discuss these things in unforeseeable. Puts manufacturer in the paternalistic position of declining how much risk is best for the consumer. Yeah, manufacturers must be the responsible. But even for this point, also cover even second point, also covered by the Toyota. They even unforeseeable, once they realize, they even customer raise the voice, they accept, and also, but in the actual theory, but they didn't tell about this, but okay, they accept, okay, good, that's their contribution in the due care theory as well. They remove these problems. Social cost view, let's see this one, of the manufacturer duty to consumers. The view that a manufacturer should pay the cost of any injuries caused by defect in the products, even if the manufacturer exercised all due care in designing, making, marketing even, and the injured could not have been foreseen. Also this one, and also even some defects or risk even unforeseeable, they see they are responsible. Okay, good. Products injuries are external costs that should be internalized as a cost of bringing the product to market. This maximizes utility and disrupts the cost of the more fairly. Yes, this one. So can say in simple words, product injuries are external costs. They consider as external cost that should be internalized. I mean, we can say if products hurt people, okay, if products hurt people, the company making it should consider those costs when deciding the final cost of the products. Maybe you can say how to make and sell the products. They should decide. Okay, criticism of social view cost. Unjust to manufacturers since compensatory justice say one should compensate injured parties only if the injury was foreseeable and preventable. This is the main claim in the social source. But we raise the voice, even they are responsible and they have to add the cost, have the backup cost, even injuries unforeseeable, which we cannot see, right? But it's happened due to their products. Falsely assume that social cost view prevents accident. They mention, but falsely how instead it encourages consumer carelessness by relieving them of responsibility for their injuries. But they are not directly, this theory even not directly responsible. This is a one of the fault also. They should be directly responsible. If anything happened due to their product, they are responsible and they have to pay for that. Has increased the number of successful consumer lawsuits, which imposes heavy losses on insurance company and make insurance too expensive for the small firms. Response studies show only small increase in lawsuits and insurance firms remain profitable. So this is another criticism also. They say, okay, lawsuits or many customer will sue. Standard related to the product safety. So here we are going to discuss about standards must be make sure the product safety caveat emptor approach. Okay, what is that? That the standard of caveat importer or let the buyer be aware. So in simple meaning, understands marketing on a simple model of contractual exchange between a buyer and the seller. Okay, understand the simple contractual exchange. How? This perspective assumes that every purchase involves the informed consent of the buyer, and therefore it is assumed to be the ethically legitimate. Of course, we are willing to buy, so that's why we buy. No? They are not selling by force, or of course, once we need, we buy. It's our willingness to buy, right? Okay, this is very clear. Buyer have the responsibility to look out for their own interest and protect their own safety when buying a product. Holy solely is our responsibility when we buy. Of course, we make sure our responsibility as well, but it's not meaning wholly solely responsibility just related with the buyer, right? Okay, concept of implied warranty or merchantability. How? Hold that in selling a product, a business implicitly, not directly stated, I mean implicitly, offers assures that the product is reasonably suitable for its purpose. It's not meaning we buy the mobile. It's really we are using for call or maybe internet, right? Or maybe even have a camera. Okay, these all items fulfill the purpose. It's not meaning we buy this mobile for calling and cannot call, right? Have a distortions or even cannot make the, the good call, right? The purpose, B, no. First one is the empiric approach. I mean the standard of the let the buyer aware about the products. Okay, number 1, 2, 3 points we discussed there. Now the second concept, implied warranty of merchantability. Merchantability, yeah, hold that in selling a product or implicitly. Okay, even without a verbal or written promise or the contract, the law hold that business has a duty to ensure that its product will accomplish their purpose, have a fulfill their purpose. For example, fruit that looks fresh but has hidden defect would violate the implied warranty of merchantability. This is a simple meaning. Okay, it's not meaning. It's they promise good quality, should be a good quality. It's not meaning they promise good quality, but product is not a good quality product. Okay, that's the third one. C, the legal doctrine of strict liability is ethically controversial exactly because it hold a business accountable for paying damage whether or not it was a fault. In a strict liability cases, no matter how careful the business is, it products or service, if harm result from use, the business is liable. So this is another concern also. They okay, even they are directly or not directly, they have to pay. This is another view. Number C. Number 3, ethics in the market. By the way, American Marketing Association defined marketing as but earlier we discussed, okay, the place where we can sell and buy, the place people can bargain. That is called marketing. Simple words we can say. Organizational function, set of process for creating, communicating, delivering value to the customer, and managing customer relationship in ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. 4 main activities of the market are product, price, place, and the 4 P's mostly. Now I have a 6 P's, 7 P's, even a 12 P's even. many P's. Maybe marketing people have more knowledge about it, by the way. But okay, we are going to discuss only 4. We know the product, the price, and the place. Where we sell or the promotions. Yeah, how we promote and the price, everything. Promotions. Promote our product, advertising each and everything. The concept of an exchange between a seller and the buyer is central to market economy. How? Is the core idea behind the market. This one, exchange, the place where we can buy and sell. That is the exchange now. Okay, number A, I'm not number, alphabet A, by the way. Marketing involves our aspect of creating a product or service and bringing it to the market where an exchange can be take place. Okay. Number 2, we discussed the place, creating product and service and bring it to the market where we can exchange, where we can sell. Exchange mean, of course, sell and buy between seller and the buyer. Market ethics, therefore, examine the responsibility associated with bringing a product to the market, promoting to the buyer, and exchange it with them. This all should be the ethical bounded law. Should follow the ethics in all process. That's the main purpose of these slides. Let's see how. Ethical issues in market are framework. So market exchange is prima facie ethically legitimate because it's involved respect for autonomy, of course, for the customer, mutual benefits, of course, not only benefit for the consumer or for the seller, of course, for the buyer as well. The ethical judgment is conditional because transaction must be truly voluntarily. Yes, transactions, the exchange of the products and the money. Informed consent is needed. Yes, willing to buy, and it's not many by force. We sell them. We inform them. They are willing. We tell them. Benefits might not occur at that time. Other values might conflict. Maybe some other things can be conflicted outside. So these are some ethical judgment law which can be in the marketing, and we are facing this issue sometime, right? Let's see here, ethical issues in market, these four conditions imply the following four questions, each of which require considering several factors. Number eight, exchange voluntarily. Real alternative choice may not be available. Uh, then will be that basically these all four we are going to discuss lah. Transaction truly, voluntarily, informed consents, benefits might not be occur, other values might be conflicts. Like, okay, not a voluntarily. How? Maybe we're using different tactics. Let's see, real alternative choice might not be available. Monopoly, no other options, then we have to buy. And what they give us the quality, no other options, we have to buy, right? This is ethical issues. Anxiety and stress in some purchasing situations, price fixing, monopolies, price gouging, yes, etc, price fixing, fake pricing, targeted and vulnerable consumer also. They see needy people, or maybe they are not stable, and that time we think, oh, this is a good time to sell them, right? This is also ethical concern lah. Is consent to exchange really informed? Yeah, I mean, the all lack of information, we're providing the all informations when we are selling the product to the buyer. Lack information, not providing, deception also, wrong information, complicated information, sometimes small. Even we write and we use different difficult English, which is not understandable. For us, this is one of the ethically concern. Are people truly benefited? Impulse buying, influenza, consumerisms. You know, this one, I mean, the influenza, simple meaning impulse. I mean, buying on the basis of emotions. Okay, unplanned buying, impulse, like influencer consortium. Okay, they are how they, promoting using different marketing tactics, promoting the products through using big celebrities. Okay, might be you remember one of the marketing, or maybe Donald, no, not Donald Trump, sorry, not Donald Trump, by the way, Cristiano Ronaldo, everybody knows, it's a very famous footballer, right? During his press conference, he removed the Coca-Cola bottles from his table. Why? Because Coca-Cola, he believed what they claim is good for health. Nobody knows. Now is research is, research claiming now is not good for, is not a healthy product, by the way. Might be once you are young, you can use, consume, but have a disadvantage, aftershock of these products. Cause of heart attacks also, cause of high sugar, everybody know. Okay, digestions also, damaging your stomach also. So he believed like that. That's why he removed. But who follow or like Cristiano Ronaldo, they will drink that Coke because they're using the his name. Even many high celebrities, they are using for cosmetics. Many females, they are influenced or like them, or they buy that product, right? This is unethical, they say. This is the one. Injuries, unsafe products also. Contrived wants. I mean, unnatural. Contrived wants. Unnatural. How unnatural? Artificial demand, they increase artificial demand. Even suppose, I believe now, I believe even mobile is a natural. Now it's become necessity, although we cannot live without mobile. I think we can live, right? So this type of, they use strategies, tactics to increase the artificial demands of the customers. Okay, competing values, like number one, just as example, redlining, like a mortgages. How? I mean, the loan, the people, they get the loan to buy their property, but redlining is the banking Okay, according to they settle the schedule. Okay, every month they pay this money, but eventually they increase the tax. So they say, okay, you pay maybe 2 installment together or increase the installment. Can be anything. Or if they no pay, they will take back or they can, uh, hold their property back because they give the money to buy their car or whatever. They can hold or they can get back. Understand? Market failure, externalities. Okay. What is the externalities? Okay. Anything, they allocate the resources, right? But they couldn't get the plan benefit from it. That is the externalities. Okay. We promote our products, we invest for our products, but we don't expect for pollution from that products or maybe any side effect from their marketing product. That is called externalities. Okay, the side effect from their products which they are promoting. Understand? Competing. This is a B1 B point basically. So marketing an ethical framework in simple situation in which two parties fairly agree to an exchange a prima facie ethical legitimate. Okay, let's see how further. There must be respect for autonomy and mutual benefits, autonomy of the customer and mutual benefit both seller and buyer. In order to assess prima facie condition must be met, mean how the agreement must have resulted from an informed and voluntarily consent. Yes, we must tell informations about the products and customer is voluntarily to buy it, not pressurized. There was no fraud, deception, and coercion involved. Okay, when these conditions are violated, autonomy is not respected and mutual benefit is not attained. I mean, these all the fraud, deception, and coercion involved. Even when such conditions are met, other values may be our right in last then. The freedom of individual to contact for mutually beneficial purposes. Freedom of drugs declare to pursue mutually agreeable and is our ridden by society concerned to maintain a law and orders. Yeah, maybe sometime can be happen these things. Anyway, thank you for today's lectures. The remaining chapter we can cover in our next lecture. Thank you. Bye-bye.